the other installment of our summer mod extravaganza.
This is a beast of a project, though, right?
So we see a PartsCaster body, a Strat, and I said gold. I'm already calling it Goldie in my head,
Ooh,
so
yes.
This is kind of what we're gonna call it.
I don't even know that it has an official color.
Yeah.
And we've got this weird, like, in-between cream aged white pickguard that's kind of been in the back of our pickguard stash for a few years, probably.
Yeah.
But it looks really good with that gold color.
Yeah, and then we're gonna do something really cool and make a neck for it, which is something that, you know, you can just get the PartsCaster and get the PartsCaster neck and put it together, but we want to take it a step further and kind of put our own twist on it.
Yeah, so we found this body on eBay for, I think it was $90 or something like that. It's an alder body and seems pretty legit, but it's got, you know, it's got two little holes for the tremolo locators. I think we can still use those as like a 6-in line. So we're gonna walk through trying to figure out how to get the tremolo set on there. And you mentioned, yeah, building a neck, so here it is.
There's the parts.
This is kind of leftover parts from some of our Porter guitar stash. If you didn't know, we did build guitars for quite a while, and this is a very cool curly roasted maple neck, and we've got everything cut here. You can see on the back it is roughly, ooh, that looks good on the camera. It's like a 3D. So you can see kind of a rough carve there. I'm having too much fun with it. And then we have a curly roasted fretboard that is already inlaid. We have the side dots roughly in place. And we'll talk a little bit more about the construction. All these parts were cut here in the shop from lumber. We have a CNC machine in the back. And we've got a double action truss rod that we are going to be setting in there. So we'll talk about setting the truss rod, what we need to do to make sure the truss rod's in there solid. Go through the net glue up. We're going to laser the Porter logo on the headstock. So we're going kind of deep on this thing. I think the body is like ready for hardware and wiring up. And any thoughts on pickups before I jump into a little bit more of the neck conversation?
You know, I actually haven't thought too much about it. We've heard a lot of different Strat pickups. Like we recently had the Hybrid Pluses and they were kind of featured. We haven't really heard like the 60s maybe in a while, and I think
60s would be good.
Wouldn't be a bad thing, but also S90s, you know, getting wild with it. I don't know.
What about the open S90s maybe?
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
That would be a cool look.
So
we could have some fun with maybe a topper or something if we want, but
yeah, so as you guys look at this color combination that we've set up here with the pickguard, I mean, this is the crazy thing you do all the time when you're looking at modding a Strat is figuring out what's going to look the best. But I think just the color scheme with the roasted and gold you can't beat that. A black guard would look good, a tortoise would look good, mint green would look good. Everything kind of would work with this color, but I think this is where we're going to go guard wise on this. So we have to locate holes, we have to drill everything, we've got to put the tremolo claw in the back. We're deciding what bridge we want to put on it still. One thing on this neck is we're going to modify. So our necks use a threaded insert. You can see the giant holes in the back. We put a brass insert in there and then we put stainless steel bolts. So we're going to use one of our original neck plates, which is going to require us to drill out larger access holes for the mounting there through the neck pocket area. And then the other thing that we are going to have to do, this is going to be fun to kind of cover this, but if you look at the end, so the truss rod is there, we have a heel adjust truss rod. And as we look at the cavity here, as Marco's demonstrating, we're going to run in, that heel is going to run into that wheel. So we're actually going to notch out the wood here, and then we're going to notch out the pickguard as well. So you'll still have the heel access adjustment there. Yeah. And yeah, we teased this build on the end of our Tele build series. We've kind of been wanting to start this, so we're making the video to force ourselves to get this project in motion. But we're going to cover everything from carving this neck to rolling the fretboard edges, to putting the frets in, lasering the logo. We're going to go over the fretwork. So this is going to be a long series, just like our Telecaster build series, maybe even a little bit longer because we're not working with complete parts. But we're going to go through kind of this reverse PartsCaster thing. Sometimes people will build the body and then buy the neck. We're actually kind of going backwards here. And part of it is we got this body and we weren't sure what we wanted to do. And then we have this really cool neck laying around the shop. And so it's kind of a hybrid design, a hybrid build. And yeah, any other kind of final thoughts before we close out here? And we'll break this down as best we can into parts. There's going to be a whole length of videos just on building the neck and then we'll go over like hardware and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, we'll just buckle up and kind of start chipping away at this thing, because with most projects, it's just kind of as you get time and chipping away at it and yeah, learning something new.
Yep, exactly. All right, well, we'll catch you guys on part 2. And again, this is not going to be probably every week, but we're going to try to keep this project going intermixed through our summer mod series. And I think that you'll see this project get off the ground, and maybe there'll be some gaps in between. So just keep harassing us if you'd like to see us keep working on this. But obviously, as we work on pickups and all these other things, like you mentioned, we're gonna have to figure out time wise to really do this, because it's definitely not a slap together project. But we're also equally excited to kind of put our own little spin, like even more so, on this project. So
yeah,
you ready to go?
Let's do this.
All right, let's go. Then I'm putting the pressure on us to start working on it.
Yes, indeed.
Oops. And I think I want to do. I think I want to find a good Wilkinson trim for that. Just something simple.
Because we can always do like an overhaul of this thing too. Get it put together, get it working, and then we're like, all right, now we're gonna make this.
Well, I guess we're building this from the start. It's going to be tension level and all that. I mean, it should be a smoking guitar when it's done. But I'm going to actually go through and like measure the neck and do really work on the carve, I guess, because I know that we built some really nice roasted necks in the past.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right.